original lunch in Halifax, Nova Scotia province of Canada. Lunchtime, welcome, karibuni, utagatin and lunch. Abuan Canada ke baibayanjin kaberuret Canadian SIMBA Kiprotich Arap Ruto. My name is Canadian SIMBA from Kenya, and it's lunchtime. Just sharing encouragement with each and everyone, locally, nationally, continentally, regionally, and globally, because we are just one big, beautiful human family, a caring one, hopefully. Today I cared about making some good lunch. I like to make good food with whatever I have, and to share good stories, motivational stories, and inspiration with each and everyone. And also with caring family members. Not all of them are caring, but there's some majority are caring, and also like wonderful community members. So most community members are so amazing, see? So majority of people are so wonderful, see? So it's just about learning to be able to appreciate the kind-hearted, the caring, the wonderful, all the big and small beautiful creatures in this world, including ourselves. So sometimes we think we are so important, but we're just like little tiny ants and little tiny creatures and little tiny human beings in the vastness of the whole universe, see? And today, in this universe, there's something called lunch and breakfast and brunch and food and all kinds of things going on in the world, and celebrate good moments. This is tea from Kenya, Bomet County. Shout out to the people of Bomet County. I was raised up in Bomet County, so I get tea from there. And Konoi constituency, Boita Ward, Kibera village community. And there's a beautiful community there around Kibera Farm. My mom lives, her name is Mary, she's in her 90s, almost 100. Shout out to my mom, Mary. Thank you, Mama. Oh, dear Mama. Dear Mama, dear Mama, dear Mama. Love you, Mama, forever, forever, forever. Now and always. You raised us up, you sacrificed a lot. Your knees hurt from all the cold weather, the rain, you rained on. And I remember when I was young, I went to a place called Kabianga High School, and there was an experimental research station there, agricultural college, where my dad studied when he was young. And anyway, so I went there, and I found avocado. That's what I found. There were like lovely avocado plants there, and they were so delicious. We would put them in the food and just use it to supplement the beans and maize, githeri, that we were given in school. And so the food became healthier, and we had a fruit. It has like oil, so it was satisfying. And it's so delicious. So I took some of the seeds, small seeds like that, and I took them and I planted them in my mom's outside my mom's house. And they grew, and they had beautiful avocados, and all the children in the community and the neighbors would come and pick the avocado, and they would love it. So this was some of the first avocados to ever be planted in Kenya. Right there in my mom's farm, humble farm. Interesting story. My dad did the same thing with research animals. He worked with research animals, and he worked in improvement in cattle and animals and all kinds of stuff, veterinary stuff. And he brought some of the animals to my mom's parents' farm there. It's called Kibera Farm. And so after a while, all the animals in the neighborhood and community were improved breeds, because the animals interbreed. They would meet in the river, and they would breed and this and that. And anyway, so overall, but now the land use changed, and then instead of having agricultural food and all this stuff, people now grow plantations of tea and then cash crops and coffee and all these things that are designed for export, not necessarily for local consumption. There's some is consumed in the, or like sold and traded in the community and in the country and in the continent, but a lot of it goes to provide tea, packaged dry tea for these dry countries like Pakistan, or like cold countries like Europe or Canada, or just countries that want to have a nice time taking advantage of others like USA and maybe Australia and all these other countries. Not Australia itself, the people that live there. Not the Aboriginal people, but the people that settled there. They are called settlers, or these people that came from either the Jewish community or the European community, or other people from Europe and Africa, and from the Arabic countries in the Middle East, Israel, and did I mention that? And also like Asia, and all these other people from around the world, the Caribbean and South America and the islands. So all of them are looking for good opportunities. So they go to wherever there's something called empire, where there's like development, and because the empire tries to do something called brain drain. It takes the best, it tries to take the very best of the very best to the empire, to work there, to build the roads, to build a good hospital, to build good, they get the best products. You can see here in Canada there's like a lot of good products. There's fridge, there's stove, there's all these kinds of things that are from around the world. See, different countries, Asia, China, Africa, Europe, South America. I don't know wherever this avocado comes from. Maybe it comes from my mom's farm in Kenya. Shout out to my mama. Maybe it comes from South America, wherever it comes from, who knows. See, the tea came from Kenya in East Africa, and some of it may come from other parts of the world, from India, from Ceylon, from Sri Lanka, from places like that. Green tea may come from China or Asia, and other types of herbal teas may be either mixed up locally with all kinds of things, rose and all kind of flavors of Europe and North America, and who knows wherever else. And so, and other products would come from the Middle East country, Jordanians and Syrians and Iraqis, Iranis, the people of Israel, and or whatever, all these other people, they speak Hebrew language, and all kinds of people like that. So every country has a blend of people from either the neighboring countries or from other countries or other cultures and heritage. So it's not just one homogeneous type of people in a specific country. However, there are people that are considered indigenous to that area or location or whatever, see? So that's a referral to that. Anyway, so it's lunchtime, and I'm just about to have this avocado, and I made it with some you can see there's some beans and some cereal, and just a mixture of healthy food. And here it has milk. It has almond milk. It has regular cow milk, and it has who knows, I put some tea in there and stuff like that, and also a little coconut milk in there. See, so it just has a blend of that. So you can see, like, it looks amazing. Like it tastes much better than something called Starbucks tea or coffee. It's healthy, it's natural, it's like homemade food by Canadian SIMBA from Kenya each and every day. Lunch or supper or whatever other meal that I'm making, I try to share that with other people from around the world. Because my mom is a farmer, my dad worked in veterinary, and my grandparents also taught us to be caring and sharing, and to be daring in whatever courageous way we can to contribute towards making this world a much better place for each and everyone. See, in my own unique way, in your own unique way, in our own unique way, in everyone's own unique way, you just contribute something that is meaningful to improve life for yourself, for your family, and for your community, and reach out as within whatever reach you can to help others, especially uplifting the less fortunate, whatever, and caring about the people either that are homeless, or people that are stressed out or going through rough time in the community, or in your family, or in your whatever work situation, or whatever country and culture and heritage it is that you live in. See, it's a mixed culture, whatever. So, but there's also a mixture of thoughts and ideas and feelings and emotions and all kinds of things going on in each and everyone. So just work on your own good mental health and good physical health and good emotional health and good relationship with others, and make good friends so that you can have good business partners, good relationships that are good family, and be able to carry on in life in a good way, hopefully now and in your lifetime and in your generations, may forever, hopefully. Ups and downs are there. There's storms of life. There's changes. There's all kinds of experience in life. But overall, you'll be able to have a good day and somehow have a good life experience. All right, let's read something from this book. The book is entitled Jews by Sharon Stieber, and it's the Jews, and it says here, a passion for freedom, a promise of the Spirit, and a hope that sprang from the heart. And you can see why is there hope that springs from the heart of this lady. She writes this story is because they suffered a lot. You can see it was the German time. There was a Gestapo that was like just taking all the Jews to the Holocaust camp, putting them in there and burning them in the gas chamber. And the people outside, all the Europeans and all the people in Germany, they call themselves the Aryan race, or the white pure Aryan race. They would say, oh, look at the smoke coming out of the chimney, and they would say, there goes another one. There goes another one. And they just throw them there, and they would steal their jewelry, they steal their I don't know, whatever property they had. Maybe they had amassed too much property, the Jews, or who knows why they were targeted. I don't know why they were targeted. But it's not only them. There were also like other people with disabilities that were harmed. There were people that were of different culture and heritage, because that time Europe was was the center of the empire that time around, for that area, that generation or whatever. Not in the whole world, but just predominant one in that sphere or region or whatever influence there is around the world. See, anyways, so people gathered there, and all kinds of cultures. So all of them were targeted by these people that were called the Nazis, N-A-Z-I, Nazi, Hitler Germany. And Hitler did not have much anyway. He was just a simple person that had his own mental health issues. I don't know, some kind of obsession with hate, and he targeted his hate towards vulnerable people, and he was concerned about all the rich people that were living a nice life. Most of them seemed to come from one community, which was the Jewish community. There were others also that were successful, that were European, that were doing business with whomever, and but the Jews control the money and control the banking and control all the finance, whatever it is. It's just they tend to gravitate towards that because it gives them power, it gives them proximity to power, if not power itself, or influence and this and that. So it's just it can be done in a good way, but sometimes it's overdone, and then it becomes so manipulative and greedy and corrupt, and then it comes back to harm the same people, the Jews and whomever else. Could be African, could be Asian, could be like Aboriginal, could be like North American, or the Islanders, or Caribbeans, or any other culture, mixed culture, heritage, or any other person from any other community or family or situation. Greed is what causes something called racism. Racism is what's used to divide and rule. See, racism comes in different ways and different systemic injustice tools that are used either through religion, Christianity, or through Islam in the Middle East, or through Judaism, or through Buddhism, or like for example, Buddhism has this different status of people. It has like Brahmins, who are like the business people or whatever, or whoever, the aristocratic people, and then there's the there's the Rajas. The Rajas are the kings. And then there's the nobles, and then there's the Brahmins, and then there's all these other stages of life. At the very bottom, they have these people called the Harijans. The Harijans are those that they're treated like shit. They're the ones that live outside. They live by the railway. They live by they're the ones that do things that other people don't want. For example, burning the dead, because they burn their dead into ashes and whatever. So anyway, so they do that kind of job. Or they don't have sanitation, they don't have toilets, they don't have this, they don't have the other. So you look at them, they look like they don't have like good clothes, they're not like well kept, they're not like well spoken, and they're okay people, they're good human beings. They're some of the most wonderful people there in the world, are the poorest of the poor. Mother Teresa said that. She said that the poorest of the poor are the beloved of God, and she said they're the most precious of all humanity. And she said they're the most blessed ones. Even Jesus said that. He said, blessed are the poor, for theirs is the kingdom of God. Where is the kingdom of God? He said heaven on earth. It's like we create it. We create all those ideas of God and heaven and hell in our minds. So we also create heaven or hell in our experiences, in how we treat others, how we treat ourselves, the things we talk about, the things we share, the things we do, the things we don't do, the things we hide, the things the people we try to reserve, and in that way we reserve ourselves. In the same as in Canada, here in Nova Scotia, the Aboriginal people, their potential is reserved. They are put in something called reserves, literally. In Kenya, the places where the African people live is called a reserve. They were put there by the what do you call them, the colonialists. The colonialists and took the best land, they took the best whatever it is, places for hotels, places for this, places just for them to have a good life and whatever, or plantations and safari parks and all this stuff. See, and then but the ones that are now most blessed are the ones that are in the reserve. They're the ones that are they have that integrity of culture and heritage. They have their wisdom, they have the knowledge and understanding of what it means to be a good human being. See, this is how it is. So the ones that suffer the most end up being the blessed the most. But then on the other hand, it can flip, because the ones that suffer the most can be the most brutal. So now the most brutal are the same people called the Jews. They're the ones that are now, not only them, just a group of people that gravitate towards around money, see, and greed and corruption and debt, and they don't loan money to each other. Their religion does not allow them to do that, so they don't profit from loaning money to each other. They profit from loaning money to others that they don't consider Jewish, or they are called the Gentiles. So they profit from that, and that's how they make money, and that's how they get property and houses and all this kind of stuff, all like shares and businesses and corporations and stuff like that. So not only them, other people like participate in shareholding, and in terms of starting business. I have my own business that I started when I was homeless. I lived on the streets here in Halifax, and I'm like, I used to talk about caring for the homeless and this and that. I even worked up a short while in the hospital there in QE2 Hospital, Queen Elizabeth Hospital, right here in Halifax, Nova Scotia province of Canada. And the people in the hospital used to tell me, you should go and work and help the homeless and be a social worker or whatever. I say, why? I love this home and resource job. It's kind of boring, but it's just somebody got to do it. And I like working and developing systems and all these good people, and helping people to go to school and to be productive, or to improving quality management and stuff like that, organizing meetings and all kinds of things that human people hiring and counseling and all kinds of things that human resource management people do. Anyway, I did that for a couple of years in here in Halifax and in Kenya and stuff like that. So, and did all kinds of projects there with UNDP when I was in Kenya and stuff like that. I worked in Post Bank in Kenya, and I also worked as a teacher early in my career. And then my first thing though after I graduated from university was to travel. I traveled around a bit in Asia, and I lived in Asia, studied in Asia, and then in India. There's a place called Gujarat. And then from there, it's close to the home of Gandhi, Mahatma Gandhi, or Gandhiji, respected Gandhi, and then Karamchand Mohandas or Mohammedas Gandhi. That's his full name, something like that. Anyway, see, and then from there, then I went and worked in Kenya for a little bit. And my dad passed away. Then I went there. My community sent me, raised some money for me to go take my second degree. So I went and studied my second degree again in India. Then I went to Kenya and I worked there for a while. And then I saved some money. Then I moved from there to Canada, where I live now, here in Halifax, Nova Scotia province of Canada. That's where I'm having lunch today. The reason I'm sharing this is to encourage someone on their path of life. See, in whichever way, whichever story, whatever type of story you have, it says here that let your story be a story of passion, a story of freedom, a passion for freedom, a promise of the Spirit, a hope that springs from the head, a hope that springs from someone at the door. Just be a second. Someone at the door. Hey, Kishan. It's raining out there. Just one moment. Just a second. I just want to see the rain. Yeah. Welcome home. It's beautiful. This is raining, people. Look, it's raining. Rain. It's raining. It's beautiful rain. Look at them. It's wonderful. When it rains like this, it reminds me of Kenya because I feel homesick. See, it rains a lot in Kenya, maybe like 2 or 3 hours a day or whatever. And where my mom lives, up there in Bomet County, in Kenya, East Africa Mashariki. Watu wetu wote wa Afrika Mashariki, asante sana, barikiwe. Karibuni Canada. Hii ni gari yangu, hii ni pale naishi, hii ni nyumba ambayo tunaishi na ni mzuri sana hapa Canada. Karibuni otogoti ni Canada vikyo girorobo ni emet karara ni emet aranga mamit yin ni go ni university ni Brown ni miyu na ningat koi. Sasa university ile refuko ile fuko ile so karibuni Canada. Kama mtu anataka kuja kusoma, unataka kutuma vijana, unataka kuja, kuna opportunity mzuri hapa Canada. Kuna nyesha, unaona, kuna baraka, unaona nyasi ni mzuri, maisha ni mzuri, kila pahali maisha ni mzuri. So acha nifunge nyumba alafu nirudi ndani. Kararanga mamita ngineu robon ninatende ndani. Roban we rawarapta, Roban we rawarapta, Roban we rawarapta. Rain. Gilin na. Kunanyesha. Mvua. Kunanyesha. Mvua. What are you having, Kishan?
I don't know yet. Bunch of random stuff in the fridge.
Yeah, there's anyways. Yeah, today I just made some avocado there and some soup.